often does it happen, especially in the past 10 to 20 years, that a game released as a tie-in to a movie is any good? What about when it's fantastic, groundbreaking, and unlike anything you've played before or after? Well, that's what happened when the Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay was released in 2004, originally for Xbox and later on PC. It was an incredible mix of different genres to the point of feeling like a light version of an immersive sim, and the only other game that attempted anything similar was the next title from the developer Starbreeze Studios called The Darkness. In 2009, an enhanced re-release of Escape from Butcher Bay was made available as part of Assault on Dark Athena, a new title that also contained a sequel campaign lasting around 2/3 of the time of the original, lots of visual updates, some tweaks and rebalancing, and most of the content from the PC port of the original. And that's what you've been looking at, as making the original port work past the main menu is a bit of a problem on modern hardware. Luckily, the Dark Athena runs almost flawlessly, which makes it especially sad that the game has been pulled from all digital sales and is completely unavailable unless you already own a copy, which you should do because the game is still fantastic.
The dark, my favorite.
Have you heard anything about that Riddick? No? Okay, see ya.
I've replayed the original quite a few times, yet I'm still amazed at how varied the game can be. You have moments where you talk to people and do optional tasks, you get simple but extremely fun stealth, the first-person fighting mechanics still feel great, as do the first-person shooter bits, platforming and exploration elements feel fantastic because even from the first-person perspective the game spends most of the time in, you get to see the full player body and it moves as if it would in a third-person perspective title. And while the character and the story are a bit of an excuse to let Vin Diesel say cool one-liners, I have to admit they really are cool. The pacing is almost spot-on perfect. There are a couple of moments where Butcher Bay starts dragging on with one particular section, but more often than not, it's one new, awesome, unexpected thing after another, all looking and feeling as good today as they did when the game launched. Even though it is a bit technologically dated, and even though some of the updates in Dark Athena are a bit at odds with the original visual design, playing as Riddick still feels great.
Bitch! 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 Fuck up!
Assault on Dark Athena campaign itself, though while cinematically stellar, feels more average and generic in comparison, and gets rather boring by the end, even ending on something that feels extremely unfinished and abrupt. It doesn't help that the new rebalancing ideas that were designed for Dark Athena are also inherited into the main game and hurt it a bit, making, for example, some moments where enemies have ranged weapons harder than they used to be in the original release. Still, this package is worth for Butcher Bay alone, and Assault has great moments of its own.
You got a problem, huh? Go fuck yourself.
The worst thing about the game really is the fact that you just can't buy it anywhere. The digital release in general was handled very poorly, and apart from the GOG version that I thankfully still own and played right now, all versions had dreadful DRM and odd issues. The game also had multiplayer because all titles from that era did, and I doubt anyone even tried it. Apart from that, it is a real shame that some of the awesome extras from the original PC release of Butcher Bay were not included in the Assault on Dark Athena. The collectibles, for example, in the original would unlock really cool behind-the-scenes and prototype videos, and even a neat little level where you could try out all the finisher animations of the game. But all of that was cut from the re-release, and even the developer commentary mode was not included, even though apparently it was available as a DLC somewhere somehow, but either way, it's not part of the GOG release by default.
Are you hiding from the monsters too?
Not hiding, hunting.
The Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay, in whatever version you can get it, is still fantastic. It's an action-adventure title with so many genre elements mixed brilliantly, and in the way that you don't really get to see in any of the other games. It's not just a great game for a movie tie-in title, it's one of the best and most inventive action-adventure titles out there. And it's a real damn shame that you just can't buy it anymore.
It ain't the fall that gets you. It's a sudden stop at the bottom.